Okay, this was extremely fucking creepy at the time. I'm not sure how well it will come off in text. We are both girls, which I hope will help to make us appear less like total pussies. I had just moved into a new flat for university, ground floor, in a quite nice area. I was in there one evening around 8 or 9 p.m. chatting to my new flatmate. It was October, so already dark by then and a couple of weeks before Halloween, slightly relevant. So suddenly there is a knock on the window. We open the curtains, expecting to see someone we know, and there is a person outside with a mask on. One like this. The person is small, approximately the height of a child, and given that we are both living in the town for university, we don't know any children there, but we still assume it is someone we know somehow, so we laugh a bit and the person holds out an empty shopping bag as if they are trick-or-treating. We motion that they should take off the mask and it shakes its head, and just continues to stand there. Our laughs are becoming more nervous, so we shake our heads and close the curtain. 2 minutes later the knock comes again and the same person is standing there with the bag outstretched. We look closely and convince ourselves that by the clothes, height, etc. this is nobody we know. So we shake our heads again and close the curtains and sit inside them whispering about whether he is still out there or not. A minute or two later we open them again and freakishly yes, he is still there. Again we close them and sit there debating who it might be. Then out of nowhere, we have been sitting talking in hushed whispers, so it was terrifyingly loud and unexpected, we hear the buzzer for the front door. There are 12 apartments in the block, so we weren't sure how it knew the number of ours, but it could be deduced easily enough, I suppose. We don't answer it anyway, just sit listening at the apartment door. A few moments later we hear the front door click open and the person move into the building. Then there is a knock on our apartment door. We are pretty freaked out now, so run off to get Hurley's, Irish sport equipment, and knives etc. to defend ourselves. We peep out through the peephole and he is just standing there, with this freakish Tony Blair grinning mask, staring placidly at the door. Finally, a few minutes later, he turns to leave. We are instantly a bit braver. It does appear to be a child, after all, so we leave it 30 seconds then open the door to tiptoe after him. He turns to go around the side of the building and we confirm that there are no group of friends egging him on, he is completely on his own. And that is all we knew. We asked our neighbors if they had buzzed him in and described the series of events, but they said they had had no window knocking or anything. TLDR, creepy child. We were camping at a spot we hiked a few miles up to. For NW folks, we were by Brown Creek, close to High Steel Bridge across the railroad trestle. As if hiking across the trestle fully loaded with camping and hiking gear wasn't scary enough, read on. To set this up, there was a massive logged hill that was in view of our campsite. It's shown on the map, but it wasn't covered in trees when we went. We hiked around it while it was light out. There was literally no road access here. The roads shown on the map were all blocked off by either 6-foot impassable trenches or massive mounds of dirt that would have required a rock crawler to get over. There was no way a human could have gotten on that hill in the dark, and since we hiked around it fairly late in the evening to gather water from the stream, there was no way someone could have gotten in and set up camp without us noticing. Fast forward to around 1 a.m. It's completely black out, no lights or civilization for miles other than a farm or two a few miles back. We're sitting around the fire bullshitting and drinking. All of a sudden I notice a light, moving, right where the hill was when it was light out. It was bobbing back and forth like a person walking with a flashlight. There was no conceivable way up this hill in the dark. It was logged and regrowing, which meant lots of heavy brush covering the entire thing. Any access via vehicle we would have heard. Other than us talking and the crackle of the fire, everything was silent. The light bobbed around the hill for well over an hour as if someone was just wandering. They would have easily been able to see us sitting around the fire from that high vantage point. We called out to them. We tried to get a little closer, but there was no negotiating the terrain on the hill in the night time. No answer. We heard some faint rustling of brush, that was all. It was pretty damn creepy and we never did figure out what it was. We hiked around and up the hill the next morning, but there was no signs of any activity, nor any sign of the roads being any more passable than they were the day before.